this is my haul for March. Welcome to everyone watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I have a update for you of all the new in-bits that I have in for March. There's not a whole lot here. I'm currently not really buying a lot of makeup because I got quite a lot in PR at the start of the year, and I also bought some things in like the Black Friday sales and stuff, and I still just really want to give those things a chance before I add lots of new things. But I did find some really like exciting launches at the Drugstore that have been out for a few months elsewhere, but we finally got them too. And then I just decided to do a bit of a mascara restock at the same time, and I was sent something in PR by MONOLITH as well. So let me just get to all of these bits. So the thing that was sent to me by MONOLITH was this eyeshadow palette from Glaminatrix. This is the Old Soul. And this was something, the minute I saw it on my Instagram, I was like, ooh, I hope I receive that in PR because it's stunning. By the way, if you are in Europe and you want to use MONOLITH for shopping indie brands, then you can use my code, which I'll pop up on the screen right here. It gets you 5% off of your order, and I am affiliated with MONOLITH. Not the brands itself, but when I get sent indie brands, it's very often through them. And I would be very grateful if you could use the code if you want to. And something that was really exciting is that MONOLITH is now in a different warehouse, so they have more opportunities to not only do one drop a month, but to also release things on the website as they sort of come in. So the new Devrune Silver and Cold palette is already in stock as you're watching it. It dropped last night. I'm still holding off on it, not because I don't want it, but because I want to like stick to my budget and because I still have plenty of other things to play with for now. I'm not in any hurry to pick it up, but I will be picking it up from MONOLITH really, really soon. Like the first opportunity I have, I'm going to buy that palette. But they were kind enough to gift this to me in PR. The Old Soul is stunning. Like it's one of those things where I'm like, Glaminatrix did it again. Now this is the same sort of layout as they did with the like original Nearly Natural, and I also feel this is a very similar style palette to the Crown Jewel palette, the one that they did in collaboration with MONOLITH really. It has the same size pans, which I really appreciate. It feels more like a standard eyeshadow palette, and it's not the dime-sized ones from Glaminatrix. This seemed to have some lovely, really sparkly shimmers in as well. My black came a little bit like fragile and broken, like there was a little gap missing, so I repressed it back in, and it seems to be doing fine so far. It's not like cracked all over the palette or anything like that, and I was able to fix it. I haven't swatched this yet. That's still on the list to swatch this sometime soon. Actually, none of the products I have been able to swatch yet. But this looks gorgeous. The only shade I'm a little bit worried for is that very sort of brassy, goldy orange sort of thing, but I feel it goes really well with the overall vibe of this palette, so I can't wait to play with this. But because there are still a couple of things that I have to play with before I can get to this, not before April, possibly even May, before I can even start reviewing this one, because I still have plenty of makeup that I can review in the meantime. So the Old Soul, it also came with this little coin thing. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I was hoping it could be like a magnet to like take the pans out or something, but I don't. It seems to just be decorative from what I can tell. And the rest is a little drugstore haul. Who's happy for me? I'm happy for me because I went to the store to pick up vitamins, and then I walked into the makeup section just to browse, just to see what was there, and I found all of these new makeup products that I hadn't seen before at the Dutch drugstore. 5 of them are by Maybelline, and 1 of them is by L'Oreal. So I think the L'Oreal thing I picked up has been out for a while, even here. But they had a nice little like cardboard display with all of these products in as being listed as new in store. And I had an inkling that they probably didn't have all of the shades in the store yet. So I went online at Kitefold, and they did have many more shades of the foundation and concealer than what they had in store. So I ended up picking different shades from what I would have picked up in store. So that's great. So I was able to find, and I'm super excited for this because for the first time in a long time, I've been able to find a foundation and a concealer from Maybelline in store in the Netherlands that seems to be my shade. Who's happy for me? I'm happy for me. These are both from the Lifter line. This is a whole thing, of course. It started with the Lifter Gloss, and now it's Lifter everything for Maybelline. This is the Lifter Plump and Glow SPF 15 foundation. I got it in shade 90. I wasn't able to find too many swatches of this, but I think this can work. It's probably a touch too yellow. They were out of the shade that I thought I was going to be. That was a more pinky toned one, but I was like, this is like the next best thing. So I'm going to buy that. And then this is the Lifter Corrective Serum Concealer or whatever. What shade is this in? This is in shade 25. It's still covered in stickers and stuff, so I'm going to have to see if I can like make that work, but here's what the shade looks like. This is a little bit darker, but from what I could tell from what the information I was able to find online, this concealer doesn't really come in a really good shade range for me. There aren't a lot of cool tone shades in this shade range, so that makes me a little bit but I think I can make it work. And I have really found that I don't love really light concealers on me anymore. I want it to conceal, and actually if your concealer is actually even a touch darker than your skin, it's better at covering up redness and dark circles, which is what I use it for, than if it's too light. If it's lighter, it very often doesn't have the coverage you want it to have. So I'm really curious to see what these will look like on my skin. I will already be testing these out for you in March. I'm planning to do a video where I do like my foundation routine and what goes into it, because I did a video, I think in January it was. There's something itchy on my nose, hold on. But I did a video about like how I make budge-proof eyeshadow, and then someone requested in the comments like, can you do this for your foundation as well? How do you make your foundation to last? Because I included a wear test, and you could see my full face, and they were curious how I get my foundation to last all day, even after like 12 hours of wear. So I want to do a little testaroo with these products immediately in that video as well. Like do the steps I normally do, work with these as well. And then this is the most exciting thing, the Cloudtopia blushes. They are finally here. We're not getting all of the shades that you're able to find in the US, which is a bit of a shame. So I decided to pick up a shade like Crimson Haze or something like that. Divine Crimson. It's the red one, because that was the only shade that I could potentially see myself wear out of all of the shades that were available. We only get the warm tones. None of the cool tone shades made it to the Netherlands, which is a bit of a shame, because there is a beautiful like purpley berry tone. I would have loved to get my hands on that, but they don't do it. It's just not here. But I got that, so I'm happy for that, because those Fui pudding pots, we all know I love them, and I want to know whether this is any similar to those. I'm probably still going to prefer my Fui, but that's my prediction, but I really wanted to test this out. And I really feel like we sort of got these early. And then I picked up one of the new, lipsticks that everybody's been raving about. I know Ellie Glines did a video with all of the shades that are available in the US. Same as with the Cloudtopia blushes, this doesn't come in all of the shades that Maybelline has released elsewhere where I live. So I decided to pick up a satin in 104. Maybe it's intense. And again, there are apparently a couple of cool tones in this range. We didn't get them. It was either very peachy or it was like really dark. And I was like, I'll go for dark, because very often the darker tones, I don't know why brands do this, but very often if they want it to fit with deeper skin tones, they make it more cool toned. I don't know why. So maybe I can like blot this down or like wear it a little bit more sheer to make it a bit more wearable for me. Because I do think that a shade like this, if I'm not wearing it super full on, it may still work for me. And if I do want to get that very vampy vibe, I can make that work as well. So I can't wait to sort of test this out as well. I only picked one shade up because even though it was still like, because that's the reason why I got this drugstore order in, is because everything from Maybelline was buy one, get one free. Stop. We don't get that deal too often. And then for them to also have all of these new products in stock, it was like, it was like a good thing. It was a good thing. So I did also end up picking up the new mascara that was in the display. This is the full body or body Sensational, whatever. I'm not a huge fan of the Sensational or like the Sky High and stuff like that, but this seemed to have a good brush from what I could tell in store, they had a little display that had a picture of the brush on. But the Lash Sensational isn't my favorite Maybelline mascara, but I did want to give this a whirl just to see if I like this, and this is now my new favorite mascara. This was 21 euros without a discount. It's criminal how expensive these things have gotten. And then the new thing that I picked up is the Panorama mascara in the brown shade from L'Oreal. I'm so sad that over here they discontinued the brown shades of the Lash Paradise. That was like my favorite thing. But now they're doing this, and I'm like really intrigued. Like, do I like this? Do I not? I'm not entirely sure. But this is a product from L'Oreal. I just haven't tried yet. And L'Oreal mascara was also buy one, get one free. So what did I end up doing? Because I had 5 products from Maybelline that were new. So I also bought a backup of my favorite Maybelline mascara to make sure I got the deal. So this is the Falsies Lash Lift. This has been my go-to for years. I don't know why. This is just my favorite black mascara on the market. It's volumizing. The brush is big and fluffy, but it's not too big and fluffy, you know what I mean? So I really like this. And then to round out the L'Oreal sort of order, just the Black Lash Paradise, because I do love that still, and they still do it. It's like, I love that mascara. I should buy that again. And if you see my declutter for my like eye section, you'll see that my mascara cubby is currently pretty empty. So I needed to stock up. So everything else is just like something new to try, and all of my favorite Essence and Catrice mascaras that are currently on the market. I found out that Catrice discontinued my favorite brown mascara. The Pure Volume in Burgundy Brown is no longer with us. I can still find it in some online places, so maybe if I place an order with Boozy Shop and they still have it in stock in the future, I may just like be able to pick up 1 or 2, but for the most part, Catrice and Essence have been discontinuing a couple of my favorite products, which make me sad. Oh well. But I did pick up the brown and black Glaminatrix waterproof, like the standard one. The new one, the Sculpt Volume one that I have in my Shop My Stash currently, I'm not a fan. So I just went with the regular and the black, and then I have the brown. And then from Essence, because they do still do a really good brown mascara, because they do the Lash Princess in the black and the brown. This is just the false lash effect in a different shade. Love that. And then a new one of my Call Me Queen. This is currently in my Shop My Stash. I'm currently wearing another Essence mascara. This is the Lash Without Limits tubing mascara in the brown shade. I've been wearing this all week, and so far, no flaking and no itchy eyes, even though my hay fever is going through the roof. That's progress, because I've tried other tubing mascaras also from K-beauty brands, and I didn't like them at all. But I've heard lots of people saying you need to try the e.l.f. tubing mascara. So I looked up which one it was, and it was supposed to be this one, according to Google. The Lash Extender mascara, length and definition. I'm not a huge fan of lengthening mascaras though. I use those to like top over. I prefer a volume mascara first, and then using a lengthening mascara to sort of comb through and add a little bit more length. I have naturally curly long lashes. If you've ever seen an eyeshadow palette review video, then you know that I do incredibly like close-up like images of my eye looks. I've never curled my lashes in any of those pictures, and the only thing I do is apply mascara. It's one of the reasons why I don't really do false lashes, because it just looks a little ridiculous, because I've got a lot going on already. But yeah, this is just in the black. I thought I could give it a whirl because a lot of people like this. And this way, like there was a thing, like if you got your order over a certain amount of, I don't know, but I decided to throw this in. So that was everything that I got. It was short and sweet. March wasn't very new in heavy, and I also don't think that April is going to be very new in heavy. Because unless I'm lucky again and MONOLITH sends me some PR, and I know there is a package coming from YESSTYLE, because they sent me another coupon, so I was able to spend that on the website. But other than that, I haven't been buying anything myself. I haven't been getting too many things in PR. It's been a quiet sort of, and I'm really happy, because that really makes me like, gives me the time to go to the things that I still want to test out. So thanks so much for watching me here today. Check back for more next month, because then I will have a new haul video for you. But in the meantime, also check out my Shop My Stash videos, because that's the video that I do once a month where I show you what I'm using, how I'm feeling about things, and it's sort of like an ongoing like testing trial, going back to things. Like if you want to see like Project Pan content for me, that video is the one where I do all of that in one go. We talk about the things I love that month. You can see what products I'm testing out, what old favorites I'm going back to, what eyeshadow palettes I will be reviewing, what eyeshadow palettes I will be going back to, what lip products I've been using throughout the month. It's a whole thing. So definitely if you want that kind of content of like, what are you using? I do it once a month, and it's called Shop My Stash. So if you find that one, that you can see all of these things being used and how I feel about them. So thanks so much for being here today. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, subscribe, and I hope to see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.